Alright, moving on to home app bar. First, I'm just add this modifier since I forgot to add it here, and we will make our composable function for home app bar, and we will assign a modifier as parameters so we can so since it's a composable function. And now we will need our top app bar, and I'm just gonna remove those parentheses and I will add this modifier. Now I will also add a navigation icon, and I will add title as well, and there is more, I think, navigation icon and actions. Yep, actions. Right, so now we want to have our navigation icon, so I'm just gonna home app, I'm just name it app bar icon, and for the title it's gonna be app bar title, and for action it's gonna be menu actions. And now I will make a composable function for each of those methods or composables. App bar icon, we'll take a modifier as well. Now what do you want to do? We want an icon. It's not a button, it's just an icon which you're gonna make drawable. We need to import our resource files, so basically we're gonna import here at the top. What happened here to the import statement? Yes, serial decoder resource directory, and we can now access our directory. So now I will just call it scanner here, and so I don't forget, I will just add the modifier here. For the content description, I will use string resource, and I will add app icon. I'm just gonna say it app icon for now. Now that's it for our app bar icon in our top bar. We're gonna make a new composable for our app bar title, which also will take a modifier. Alright, so it's gonna be of type text, and this text is gonna, let's say for now it's gonna be Samsung, which is gonna be title. So I will pass this title as argument here. So it's gonna be title of type string, and now we want to make a style to it. So I'm just gonna use a style from our material theme, and it will be a header style. Alright, amazing. Now we have our app bar, and just we will add title here, so it's gonna be Samsung, and I will add to do because we will need to change it later on, because now it's hard coded. Now for the last, it will be actions of top bar, so it's also composable function menu actions, which accept modifier, and it will have two menu actions. So I will just call it menu item, and there will be two, and we will find out what a menu item is. It's composable functions menu item. I will rename it to app menu item so it can be different, and this menu action, it will be app menu action, and yes. Alright, now we'll continue to this app menu item. So it's gonna be icon button which have on click, and for this on click I will pass it as parameter, and the content of this icon is just an icon, and I will just pass the ID. I will just say drawable resource ID, and for content I will just pass string resource ID, and now I will pass all this item. I will need to add a modifier as well, and for the on click which is just a function, and it will be the last element. So now we need another two. One is drawable resource, which is drawable resource ID of type int, and we will have string resource of type string resource ID, which also of type int. Now that's amazing. We put the modifier here so we don't miss it. Alright, good. Now we will pass whatever we have here at those actions. So now we will need to pass drawable resource ID. The resource ID is the first one. I think it's brands, or it was Apple. Yeah, it was Apple icon, and it had like a string resource. So brand, select a brand. Yep. And for the other resource ID, it was info, and the string resource ID was, I'm not 100% sure. I'm just gonna search for a string resource, so because we know it, I have added it here some way. Yep, this one, frequently asked question, and for this one it was change manufacturer. So yeah, it's really good. Now we need to add the on click. So now on brand clicked, and we will just on brand click, which is a function, and I will also make on frequently asked question click, which is also a function. So I'm just gonna make on click this one, and for the on click this one. Right, amazing. I didn't really use the modifier here, so alright. So I wonder if I just move this one. That's a problem. It requires so it requires a function of a scope, of row scope. So we can do this. Yep, we just added this one, but it just gives us this here, this kind. But if we remove this app composable, it doesn't really work as expected. So we kind of have this area here. We can just rename it like app menu icons, which will work eventually, but I really don't like this naming. But anyway, let's do whatever we're gonna do. Let's see. Now we have this. We don't really use this modifier, so we can kind of remove it, or we just pass it down here. So I'm just gonna pass it here, and I'll just keep it this way. And now for the modifier, we're not gonna pass modifier. For on branding click, I will make to do, so you'll do something later, and I will take it, and it will be on frequently asked question click. Now I have prepared. What's wrong with this one? Return the body. Yeah, I think once. I'm not sure how can I implement this one. Like, would it accept just having a row? Yeah, it does. Let's see. It has like row scope, and it has a composable function. Not 100% sure how can I solve this problem, so I will just remove this, and I will name it application, and I'll do it, and I will have this one, and this one is a row scope. So basically we just have those two elements next to each other. All right, so now what's wrong with this? Yep, we need to add this one, since I think this is one is column scope, or I'm not sure which one. It's nullable function. So yeah, moving on, we're just gonna work this way. All right, now we have finished our top bar, and we will see our bottom sheet next.